Hello everyone, welcome to Walking Dead Season 4 Characters Tier List. We're gonna get right into this one. As a reminder, I have not watched the show all the way, so I've only gone up to Season 5. I have not watched Season 6 and beyond, so anything that happens to these characters, I don't know. So that's why the comments will be turned off, as to avoid spoilers. And give me a second to continue thinking and process what the hell I'm actually supposed to talk about here. Yeah, comments will be off, and that's about it, really. This is going to be just Season 4, so any actions before or after the season will not take into account. Hopefully I remember this season a little better, because it was pretty fresh in my mind, and it really was not even a month ago I watched it. So let's get right into it, starting with Abraham. Abraham is funny, Abraham is cool, he can kick some ass, and he's a good team leader, and I love him. I love that he pretty much is just like, no stopping. Only walk forward, or else we're losing time, we're losing progress, and it's just not going to work out. And, yeah. This is one of Garrett's guys. I'm going to have to dive into Season 5 a little bit. Actually, you know what? He does appear in seasons, like, right at the end of Season 4. And this guy's an asshole, so he goes in hate. He threatens to kill Tyrese and Judith. What a terrible guy. This chick, the hell is that? God, how do I not remember these characters? This is, we're gonna skip her for a minute. This chick is, Abigail or something, right? Oh, God, this is bad. I don't remember these people. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna go out of order here. We're gonna go with, Lizzie and, whoever this, I forgot their names. Lizzie and the other, I'll call her Mary. All right, these little shits die. I hated them. Yeah, you know, they saved Tyrese's ass in during the governor's last final attack. Right, good work by them. But then one of them became really weird, and the way they just didn't understand the walkers because they're young and kids, and they're just annoying little brats. And the bigger sister killed her own little sister, and then was shot in the back of the head, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. This show's bananas, and that's really all I can say about them. I hated them. Who else do we have here? Carol. We'll talk about Carol. She absolutely is a much, much bigger character than she was ever before, and she's great. She kicks ass throughout the whole season. She took matters in her own hands when the plague started spreading around by killing Karen and Dennis, or whatever the hell the guy's name was. Smart move by her. She wanted to prevent everything from spreading, and I completely agree with her actions. Then she was exiled, and then she kind of just was written off for the good chunk of the season before coming back and meeting Tyrese. And since then, she's for the rest of the season pretty much, kicking ass with Tyrese, protecting the girls, and doing her own thing, and then eventually having to step up and put the kids down because they're being stupid. And I liked that about her. She's cool. This Irish chick that tried to kill Rick, I'm gonna put her in dislike because she's weird and tried to kill Rick. Yeah. This guy who had like stage 4 lung cancer and wanted another smokes. He just wanted to drink and smoke cigarettes. That's funny to me. I like him. He was cool. Like Tara's dad or something or whatever. He's a cool guy. Kind of sad that he died and then turned into a welker right in front of everybody, and then it just very, very terrible timing. I'll tell you that, it was bad timing. Old lady here at Terminus, not very cool. Lured everyone in. She seems so nice. She's like, come on in. We got food, we got clothes, we got shelter for you, and then we're going to cut your head off. Wow. None of the people at Terminus are going to be any higher than neutral because they're terrible people. Cannibals and nasty. Her little old woman fight with Carol was pretty cool, but I think that may have been Season 5. So yeah. Beth, again, liked here for the same exact reason as last time, but I do like her bonding with Daryl. I did like that. That was really cool. That was an episode, I don't remember which one it was, but it was the one where her and Daryl are just hanging out and having fun and then getting pissed off at each other, and then just everything about it was just cool. I like that. Same with Daryl. Again, do I need to explain? Just the whole season he's cool. There's nothing to say. I feel like I'm absolutely bombing this tier list, but I don't know. My brain is rotting. Ugh. Let's see here. Karen, still a bitch, still in dislike. Didn't do anything. Uh, I guess it's good to feed out all the no-name characters like Zachary or whatever this guy's name is. He's just a nerdy, not cool person, and he's weird and neutral, I guess. Uh, let's see. Let's sift through the minor characters. The governor, of course. He goes in hate tier because he dumped that bowl of SpaghettiOs. You know, if you're watching this, that one person, you know why he belongs in hate tier. You know the SpaghettiOs joke. Alright? He was given a bowl of SpaghettiOs, and then he dumped them. How dare you? I'll be scoffing that down in an apocalypse. Absolute worst character in the show. Like, I loved him so well in Season 3. And then he just throws it all away, all my love for him, down the drain because he dumped a bowl of SpaghettiOs. No, but really, I absolutely love the guy. Still a great villain. And just when he seems like he's going to... I didn't for a second believe he would turn and actually be a nice guy, but just when for the second it seems he'll be nice, he throws it all away, lets the power get to him. Takes out Martinez, takes out pretty much everyone else who's in his way that could, stop him from gaining power. He goes, marches his ass right back to the prison with a friggin' tank, and absolutely blows the place up. Gets into a fist fight with Rick, and loses. Not in the way you expect. Michonne ends up jabbing him through the back, which is really cool. But there's one moment that I absolutely hate by this man, and I will never forgive this character. Killing the best character on the damn show. Herschel. The best man in the show. Put a sword to his head. Chopped him in the neck. Didn't even let the poor lad bleed out. Just went after him. He tracked him down as Herschel crawled away from the injury, and it just took his head off. What a horrible, horrible human being. The governor's the worst guy, like the worst villain ever, but he's such a good villain. Speaking of Herschel, this is his best season, I feel. This is where he shines. He puts himself underneath, he puts everyone before himself. He puts himself at the bottom of the chain. He's like, everyone above me, I'm going to help you. I absolutely love the guy. Seriously, he's such a selfless and just caring guy, and he, puts his own life at risk to save everyone and help as many people as he can before or during the issue, the plague spreading around the prison. He's just so cool, and I really appreciate I would have absolutely appreciated Herschel's presence in my prison if I were in Rick's boots. Who else do we have here? We have Joe. Oh boy, Joe. This guy's horrible. His group is horrible. Daryl had a really not okay time with these people, with the whole claimed thing, which is just such a douchebag move. And particularly when he uses Daryl to find, or not, I don't think he used Daryl to find, he just had Daryl with him, but he tracked down Rick's group, or what was left of Rick's group. So he had Michonne, it was Michonne, Carl, and Rick, yeah. Captured them, held them hostage, and they tried to just, put it lightly, assault sexually Carl, who's a young boy. That alone puts these guys in hate, because Jesus Christ, how could you possibly do that? I don't remember, I think it was this fat bald guy that did it too, that was attempting it, so he goes in like his own tier of hate, how dare you. And then Rick does the friggin' awesomest kill in the season, just chews out the guy's neck, so at least he had a cool death. But Joe, this fat ass here, this guy here who was like some lying bastard, also in hate tier. All of Joe's group is just, they're terrible people, god awful people. I hate them. Yeah, so all three of them go in hate tier because they're bad. What else do we have? We have the doctor. His name was Caleb, I think. Kind of looks like Mudahar, honestly. That's kind of racist too, probably because he's Indian. But I kind of like the guy. He was a very minor character, despite seeming to have a big role, like being the head doctor of the prison. But he was cool. He tried to help everyone. Another Herschel thing where he was selfless. He tried to help everybody, and well, he ended up turning from the plague. But that's a shame. But yeah, he was smart enough to stock up guns and help out Herschel. And man, Herschel's such a damn good character. When you look at it, Herschel is so awesome. He really is helping out Glenn too, particularly. I remember that. Let's see here. Who do we have? We got Rosita. Awooga. Hottie. Just kind of, I'm gonna put her in neutral for now. I'm gonna put her in neutral because for season 4, I don't remember having too much on the speaking role part. I don't. She speaks a lot more and has more character in season 5, but for season 4, yeah, neutral character. Not too much to say about her. It's till the last tier list will do. I actually be able to speak about her, but she has a couple speaking roles, and nothing all that much happens with her. So neutral. Sasha, once again, I'm gonna get out of the way. Hate here. She just is unlikable to me, and I don't like her at all. Don't enjoy her. Get off the show, please. What else do we have? This little shit skit of a kid who the governor so protected, wanted to protect, and then eventually got killed. And then everything just went horrible. And I want to say this is her mom, because I don't see any other girls on the list that look like her. So these two are mother-daughter. I'm going to put her in neutral because she wasn't... She again, fell like Andrea. She believed that the governor was a good guy. Was not. He's such a good charmer, but deep down he's horrible, so... Yeah. And the kid is annoying, and I'm glad that the kid died in a really cool way, at least, getting grabbed up by the walker from underneath the mud. And then the mom did a good thing, putting a bullet in the governor's head. Good stuff from her. But characters, nonetheless, that are so minor, it's not even a big deal. And one of those others is this dude here, who had the damn tank, or at least I think his brother had the tank. Worked with the governor. Both kind of just like the governor, kind of a dick, but also not an enjoyable dick. Not a cool villain kind of character. He's just shows up for an episode or two, and is... I think it's also this guy as well. Think that those two are the same. They're like brothers, and they're both the same person. Kind of assholes. Although I would say, I think it was this one who I'm going to cut slack a bit and put him in neutral, because he actually was kind of nice, and he's like, we shouldn't just go around and kill people and steal their supplies, it's wrong. But his brother is like, yeah, we're going to do what the governor says, and we're going to go around and kill people and steal their supplies. So, that's how those people go down. Martinez, because he's kind of funny and a cool leader, and I like him a little bit, and he has a bit more speaking role than he did in the other season as well. Then season 3. And then he gets his head clonked in by a golf club, and I was laughing my ass off at that, if I remember. Yeah. He was nice enough to take the governor back in after leaving him. This black guy here, again, neutral, because I don't actually think he says anything. Like, he has no speaking lines. He ended up dying between the time skip, between the end of season 3 and the start of 4, so... but yeah, Martinez was nice enough to let people back in, so that was cool. Eugene, he's a nerd, and he's me, and I love everything. He has no clue how to use a gun, but thinks he does, just like me. He drags out everything into like really stupid, convoluted, over-the-top, nerdy nonsense. I love it. Just like me. He runs really weird, and he's kind of big. Just like me. It's just funny. And he has one masterful lie. It isn't until season 5 that they figure it out, but his thing of having to save the world with the knowledge of going to DC and all that stuff, really cool. Too bad it was, it was a pretty damn good lie if they actually believed it enough to, get halfway to DC from Houston or whatever. So, that's pretty good work of him. Pretty cool for him to do that. So yeah, Eugene isn't even a character I need to like explain. I could just be me and I'll be Eugene. He's funny. I love him. Is this guy? I don't remember his name, but him and his girl, I want to say, is this one. I want to say these two are the ones in the relationship. I want to put him in neutral. He and his girlfriend are holding out in the house. Carol and Rick find them before Rick ejects Carol from the prison. The wife dies, or the girlfriend dies, gets chewed up, and then this guy just kind of disappears and is never seen again. But they seem friendly and they were willing to help out at the prison, so they're nice people. This guy will make another appearance later in season 5 in a way you wouldn't expect, but Yeah, neutral. Not characters really showed up and make a big difference in the show. This guy, I think this guy's actually named Zach, and this is Beth's boyfriend, or for like one episode before he dies, and that was kind of just neutral because he shows up and dies, like a lot of characters in the show. I don't recall who that is, so I'm gonna put her at the end for a minute. Well, we will go to Bob though, and I like Bob. He's pretty damn cool. He's a bit selfish, but he's very important. Uh, not to the story or to the show, but like as a person, would be a very important and very crucial person. He's a medic, an army medic, or so that'd be a really good guy to have on your team. Problem is, he has a massive addiction to alcohol, and it just kind of destroys him. And you know, when the prison's going to crap at the plague, he makes a very selfish choice not to help out and grab medical supplies. He's the only one who knows what he's actually looking for. The other people are just being told what to look for. And instead of helping them, grabs a bottle of booze and just leaves. And man, that's very selfish of him. But I mean, I don't know. That's not right to do. But he does redeem himself, I feel, because he's just cool. The way he pretty much takes a bullet for Sasha or Maggie or one of them when the governor's trying to blow their place up. So, and just later on, he's just a general nice guy when he's on the road with Sasha and Tyrese. If it is Tyrese, I don't remember if it was Tyrese. No, Tyrese wasn't with him. I don't remember who the other person. It was Maggie who was with him. Yeah. Next is Gareth, who, oh boy, hate a weirdo villain, but also a pretty. He's not like the governor level of villain where he's so bad you love him. He's just bad and just dislikable overall entirely. Pretty much just like the governor, manipulative, and brings you into Terminus thinking, oh man, we finally found a place to live. And then he ties you up, sticks you in a train car, and then takes you back out, puts you over a bathtub, and slits your throat. He's a cannibal, and he's a dick. And when he comes back in season 5, he's pretty cool. Tyrese, same situation as last season. Still love the guy. He's very humble, very selfless, just like Herschel. Couldn't kill a man. Very protective over Judith and Carol. Even after learning the truth, knowing that Carol was the one, he went bananas. He lost his crap. He nearly took Rick down and beat his face. I think he got a couple punches in after learning Karen, who was his girlfriend, was burned by Carol. Obviously, he didn't know at the time. When he learned Karen died, he was so pissed off. He nearly friggin' choked out Rick and beat his face in and everything. And honestly, they should just leave him be at that moment. Daryl had to break the fight up, if I remember. So later, after learning, who actually did it, he swore to kill whoever did it. Well, the person he found out was Carol. He forgave her, understanding, not holding a grudge of why she did it, and that's really nice of the guy, and I think that's good character development from being a very pissed off person. There's another part that I love, though. It was when they were going on the run. He went with Bob and Daryl and someone else to go get medical supplies. There's a particular moment that I absolutely love, but Tyrese is a truck, man. He's a beast. When he was sitting in the car, and the car started to get surrounded by walkers, and he gets out. He takes everybody down. He gets surrounded by 20 walkers, takes them all down, and keeps moving, keeps charging. The man's unkillable. And then when he dies, it's fairly disappointing. But yeah, Tyrese he's a man. He's one big boy, and I love him. Glenn, same situation as season 3. Takes his leadership role when he needs to. Is pretty much just there to be a good man to Maggie and a good son-like person to Herschel. And in his time of danger, Herschel was really nice and helping him out and everything. And I kind of thought he'd be dead for some reason. But, when he takes chances, with his riot gear and all that stuff, he's really cool. Meeting up with Tara, who we'll get to in a minute. I'll get to right after this. He was nice enough to, the way he jolts off the bus at the last minute to go search for Maggie. The way he, just someone who is supposed to be his enemy, Tara, ends up befriending her and helping her out. Is nice, So, he's just overall a really nice guy, and I still love the guy. Carl, I can't honestly remember what Carl did this season. I do remember what Carl did this season, particularly. Oh, was that season? No, that's after everyone got together. So that's season 5. So season 4, yeah, it is in season 4 when he loses it and talks so much smack about his dad. He's broken. He's heartbroken. And you know what? There was a point where Judith was supposedly killed. Like, it seemed like Judith was dead, and they like broke down. That was very emotional, very sad. I thought they killed the baby. They didn't. Tyrese had the baby, but the way he just kind of had gotten sick of his dad. His dad was Rick was just making so many stupid choices, and I still didn't like Rick. I don't like Rick, man. I like him, but I just think his choices are terrible. So yeah, one particular moment that I really liked from Carl, just how he lays into his dad, complaining about how having to kill Shane, how about he just can't protect people and he makes stupid choices and he, couldn't protect Lori and all this stuff, and how he's supposed to be the leader and he's not doing a good job about it. It's really powerful stuff, and he got really pissed off. But then he started doing things that are dumb. And he's like, well, I can live without you, Dad. And then he goes off on his own and nearly gets himself killed without his dad twice. I mean, he got some chocolate pudding, which was cool, but he also nearly died twice like an idiot. And then he realizes at the last moment, when he thinks his dad finally died and turned, he couldn't pull the trigger, and he was just like, Dad, take me. And then Rick was just actually kind of like sleepwalking or something. And then he woke up a few days later, and I don't know how Rick was out for that long, but I tell you, Carl, really all over the place, my man. I still like you, but like, ugh. You make dumb choices, but you also make good points, and I just don't understand you, my dude. Tara, we didn't actually get to Miss Big Tits here. She's hot. That's really all I can say about her for this season. So, at first, she sides with the governor, just like everyone else who sides with him, falsely believing he's a good guy at first, and takes his side and is nice to him. And, he's caring and he's caring of the child and, the girls, and then he turns on them. And when she's all for, she's like, oh, I remember who the other girl is now. Yeah, okay. She's all for fighting alongside the governor and taking what Rick has in his prison. And then when she gets into the heat of battle, she breaks down and loses it for being a Marine Reserve or whatever she said, or at least going through boot camp. She just couldn't handle the pressure, and then realized the governor is terrible for killing Herschel, who's an innocent man like that. Takes the side of Glenn when, she was expecting to be eaten by walkers and die. She goes through a little bit of a rough patch there. She's really, really, honestly a nice character, and I like her. I don't blame her for her initial introduction thinking the governor's a good guy. She was nice enough to help him out, and also give fist bumps and stuff, which is cool. But when she realized who he really was, that's when she, made the right choice and decided to go with Glenn and regroup with Rick. This chick, I'm going to put her neutral. This is the chick that was at the camp, Martinez's camp, and she kind of was just like, ooh, I like you, Tara. And Tara's like, ooh, I like you, whatever your name is. And they kind of got a gay thing going on, and then she dies. I don't know what else, really nothing to her. Maggie, oh my god, what did she even do this season? Well, I'll tell you, I feel so heartbroken for her. Well, she saved her dad's ass. That was cool. During the plague, and then she made some smart moves. Wanted to go into Terminus, she saved Sasha, I believe she did. Yeah, with a road sign, which made me laugh my ass off. She did some smart, cookie thinking. I liked that when she was painting with Walker blood all over stuff. She's like, Glenn, if you see this, go to terms. That was really cool. I feel heartbroken for her and Beth because they just, saw her dad get destroyed by the governor. Yeah, I don't know, not a character that really changes overall. She's still a badass. She still really loves Glenn and all that. And overall, just a really nice person, yeah. Michonne and Rick. So Michonne, I guess we'll go with first and save Rick for last because he's the main man. So Michonne's still in love here. She still kicks ass. She's still really cool. But the biggest change is that she fits in and she settles in with everybody. And I love that. She finally opens up and we learn more about her as a character. When she's on her own, when she's trying to find everybody, there's particular moments where she sees like a walker that looks like her, and it just messes with her brain. She thinks she shouldn't even be alive when she has flashbacks to her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend. Back in Atlanta, a lot more is revealed about her. Those kinds of things. She's much more open with Carl and Rick, much friendlier with them, speaks with them, jokes around with them, plays around. I love that. I love that she becomes a much more human character rather than, the way she's introduced initially with her dark cloak and walkers on chains and stuff, which is really badass, and I would like to see her do that again at some point. She's just, like, very overall, just, damn, like, what a cool, change that is from being this mysterious person and then finally opening up and being such a nice person overall, a good character. Really love her, and there's just something I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing something late in the sword. That's what I was thinking of. How her sword is somehow the governor and like all right, the governor. I don't remember how she got a hold of that sword. I remember now. Yeah, so the governor and Herschel go off, or sorry, Michonne and Herschel go off, and the governor comes and captures them. Takes her sword, takes Herschel's head off with that sword. Then she gets that sword back and puts it back through the governor's spine, and I thought that was really cool. How that sword dealt such a big blow to the governor, taking Penny's life, and well, she's not really alive; she was a zombie, but then killing the governor was really cool stuff. How emotional she got after finding Rick and Carla in that house was really cool. Just like she actually couldn't believe it; she thought that they were dead. So finding them again, getting so sad over it, or really more happy than sad, but I think that was really cool. All there is to say there that I remember. And finally, Rick, who always on the fence about him. I'm going to have to really dive into what I remember from this season about him. Well, I'll tell you, his negotiations never work. I think he should have understood. The governor doesn't negotiate. I think anyone could have seen that. And that's one big flaw he had. He really thought that he'd be like, listen, man, we can all change. No, no one's too far gone. We can all live in peace and be happy together. Liar. And yeah, he was a liar. Rick is he's so blind to that. And he still, babies Carl around, who, I guess, like I said, Carl can hold his own sometimes. Just, whenever he does, he gets himself killed nearly every time. It's stupid. I don't like how he babies Carl around, and he's so damn uptight about that. I don't like how obvious it was that the governor wasn't going to listen. He should have been prepared for something like that. I don't know. He kind of didn't expect that at all, really. No one did, but should have understood that. That was not going to work the way he thought. And then by the end of the season, he gets his murder jacket, at least, which was really fun, because then he starts killing people. So, like, at the start of the season, I'm not a fan of his choices. But by the end of the season, he earns me back by just killing everybody. He trapped under the bed. That was such a suspenseful moment in that house. I really liked that. Being on the road and protecting Carl was, biting that guy's neck out, biting Joe's neck out was really cool. His little chat with Daryl is like, you're a brother to mine, we're family. Going to Terminus and being trapped in that train car, you're fucking with the wrong people, So at the start of the season, I don't like his ideas of everything that's going on. I feel like he just doesn't have a grasp. I don't know, babying around Carl, and I don't know. I don't think he didn't really have much of a thing at the beginning of the season. That was more of a Carol Tyrese situation. Kicking Carol out, I don't know if I really agree with it. But look, at first I kind of did. It's understandable why, but maybe it really wasn't the best choice. Because she was just helping. She really was helping. She didn't do any harm, really. I don't know. So I'm going to put him in like still. I felt like he was going to end up in neutral, but he didn't. Look how many characters are. Jesus Christ. It's only going to get more and more for Season 5. So yeah. Rick is just always up and down, left and right to me. For the protagonist, you kind of expect that you're gonna always agree with the guy, but I don't. But that's what makes him a good character to me, is that I can understand his choices, but I can also really disagree with him. It gives me a lot to look at it as the protagonist. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm stupid, but Anyways, that's my season 4 tier list. There's a lot of characters here. A lot of these characters I don't remember the name of because they show up for like an episode or two and then die. Oh boy. But season 5 will be just fresh in my head as I only finished it like 3 or 4 days ago. So this will be that one will be really good. They'll be fresh in my mind, and I will be sure to do these after every season from now on, because I will have everything memorized in my head. So yeah, that is my season 4 Walking Dead characters tier list. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm sorry I just can't explain or I can't remember things. I am kind of stupid. But from what I do remember, I hope that gives you an idea of where I put these characters and why I put them where they are. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one when I do season 5. After that, there'll be a bit of a break between these because I have to watch the rest of the show. So yeah, see you then.